entertainment news and reviews by fans for fans, guys. I'm Sarah Catherine the Red, and joining me this week is Chris Fagan and Jose. I don't know your tagline, so I'm just going to call you Jose. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. Well, it is as Jose, but also JFS. Or if you really don't care what my name is,
Oh,
uh,
oh wow.
yeah.
Yeah, I see you're at there. There's no way I would have been able to read that one, so I'm glad Chris has got that posted on there.
Oh yeah, we kind of jumped the gun a little bit, guys. Prepare yourself. Thanks. We were trying to do something different with the intro there. I said, Sarah, you're in for a treat because the way he introduces himself is very unique. And then you gave away the
Oh,
answer.
did I do it? I'm
Because he
sorry.
goes, my name is. You don't know. You know what? We're gonna pretend like that didn't happen. Wait, let's go back. Let's run it back. 3, 2, 1, and we go. You want to reintroduce it?
All right. Well, my name is Roy. You really don't care what my name is, and I'm happy to be here with you guys, and happy to be here with Chris, and also with you, Sarah. Very happy to be here.
See, we did it. There we go. Bam, crushed it.
I'm a little there, but okay.
Well, guys, it's not perfect, but we try. Every now and then we might have a little faux pas here and there. And what's going on with my lower third here? Let me try to fix that. But guys, we're gonna go through 3 major news topics from the week. I say major because it's just mostly funny. And I just want to go over some of the things that just happened through the week that's just blow your mind. So before we get into the 3 topics of the week, before we get into the roulette game, before we get into a new game that we're going to introduce this week and talk about a few other things in the world of movies and all that other good stuff, I want to start off with I don't think this is breaking news. This kind of happened today. I don't know if you guys heard about it. I'm not going to say the name. I'm going to say Only Friends, the company Only Friends. Last week they mentioned that they weren't going to do any adult material on their site anymore. People freaked out. People got upset. This was an effort to get the banks to invest in them more and they can become more of a a more moral company. But it turns out that just in a couple of days of research, they realize not only are they not gaining any more customers because of the change to their guidelines, but they're losing. So today they just made the announcement. They go, my bad. Nope, guys. Nope. We're gonna still allow the naughty time. So what do you guys say? Any of you guys invested in this story?
So I definitely heard it, and I think from the articles that I've read, majority of their their client base or who's posting on the site with the only friends is a kind of adult content. So if they did cut out all their adult content, they're going to be losing a tremendous amount of revenue.
Yeah.
So that doesn't really make sense from a business standpoint. Cut out the main reason why you're bankrolling.
I thought.
Yeah, and honestly, that kind of was gonna happen. I mean, you do that, you're end up pretty much cutting out the people that got you where you guys are at. It was like that was gonna happen. It was not gonna. They can't win with both.
Yeah, the backlash, and like I said, I understood when I first read the article. I told they explained that they're being threatened to have like the bigger banks pull away from them, which means that's like the kiss of death for any company that size. No matter if you're bringing in billions of dollars in revenue or not, they're trying to be more, I guess, considered a more moral or legit, whatever word you want to use, company to encourage more like investment bankers and companies and whatnot. But the one of the best things I heard online and anger about this was, who are the banks or who are these, I guess the religious people in the banks to tell any company, and especially an adult company with consenting adults, what to do with their lives on a morale level, when the banks foreclose on people's homes, kick them out on the street all the time, causing, they take people's homes away from them, mercilessly all the time, but yet they want to tell other companies how to be more, you have more morals or stuff like that. I'm like they have a cutthroat business, entity as well. Like the banks are no one to tell anybody be nice or be more moral or be more this or be more that. Like they have no leg to stand on if you think about it. About all the harm that big banks have done over there. So I just thought that was an interesting way to look at it too. But I mean, I'm excited because now my dreams of starting my OnlyFriends site, is still in place. So yeah, I'm thinking it's gonna incorporate something with feet and cakes. I haven't decided yet.
Okay. All
right, so let's move on. So guys, whenever we do an episode of Talking Through the Medias, you guys know that you can, if you can't catch it live during the YouTube channel or when we're going live on Facebook now, and we were supposed to be live on Twitch, for the first time. And hey, why isn't that not showing up at the bottom? What's going on with my lower third? My hotkeys aren't working. Check that out. There we go. So that's a lie right there. Live on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. So it's just two out of three ain't bad. But if you can't catch it live during our live show on YouTube or Facebook, you can always catch us on Spotify or iTunes if you have whatever your favorite, what's the word am I looking for? Podcast provider is. Why did I forget the word podcast? What is going on? I am all over the place lately. I don't know what's going on with me. So if you have Spotify, if you have SoundCloud, you want to watch, listen to the show. Maybe you're at work and you want to hear my lovely voice because it's so soothing right here on OnlyFriends. Then yeah, you can go ahead and listen to us. So there, you should see us there cringing like, oh my God, Chris, never do that again. And if you want to support the channel, you can always, like I always say, put it in the box. Go to streamlabs.com /T3media/tips. And if you're watching us live, you can always send a super chat and you can send a question in. You can interrupt the show. Let us know what you want to say and we'll read it right here on the show. So without further ado, let's get right into it because like I was told numerous times because I was late getting started as normal. There's an adult on the panel and she hates it when I'm late because she's tired. So let's get the show on. Let's hit the road and get the show on it.
That's true. I wake up early.
Yeah.
So I get tired.
I'm sorry. I humble myself before you and I beg your forgiveness. I apologize. Theoretically, it should never happen again. This should be the last.
It'll be next week. Next week I'll see it.
Come on, Sarah, would you just be cool? Come on, just be cool. Well, my hotkeys aren't working, so I'm gonna have to do all of these by hand. So let's get into the first topic of the day. What is the? I think Sarah, you said you wanted to read the first one.
Oh yeah. So okay, this one I'm a little excited about, and I have quite a couple of opinions on. So the 44-year-old billionaire wants to get rid of his full name, Kanye Omar West, in favor of his longtime 2-letter nickname, Ye, with no middle name or last name. West is in the middle of a divorce with Kim Kardashian West, who did not ask that her name be changed back to just Kardashian when she filed to split from him in February. The couple's 4 children also have his last name. So,
what are our thoughts? What do you think? I'm gonna start with you, Jose. What are your thoughts on the whole name change? Kanye West changed his name from Kanye West to just Ye.
Honestly, I mean, I don't know if he thinks that's a great idea or not, but I mean, it's his name. He can do whatever the hell he wants with it, but I think people are still going to end up calling him Kanye. Yeah, he's not going to catch up, man. If that's what he's hoping for, it's like that's really not going to work, man. But it's his name. He wants to go with it. Go right ahead, man. No one's going to stop you. No one really is going to really tell you not to do this. As far as, Kim not wanting to change her last name, I mean, that's also okay too. She's not. I don't think anyone's gonna really care about that, except probably, he's probably gonna care about that. But yeah, I don't think it really matters. I think what's gonna matter is is he gonna end up changing it back later on if it ends up not going anywhere? It's just my opinion.
What do you think, Sarah? Let me get your thoughts.
So, I mean, there's a couple of points in here. So, first off, Kanye West, does he think that he's Puff Daddy? Is this the 90s? We're just going to change our name 15 different times to try to, catch some press. Like, what is this? If he wants to be called Ye, that's fine. He can be called what every little middle school girl yells all the time when they get their way. That's fine.
Right.
So do what you do. It's your name. Like, I agree with Jose. So as far as Kim Kardashian West not wanting to change her last name, her kids have the same last name. So, I mean, who cares? That's their family business. And if Kanye wants to change his name to Ye and she keeps West, then it's none of his darn business. That's how I feel.
You guys are missing the big picture right here. We got an alert. I don't even know what happened, but something just happened. But
that's a zombie.
That's but
we got a zombie alert.
That tells you everything you need to know. That's Kanye zombies. Look, this is what's the guy just became a billionaire, and you know, and he's in the middle of a divorce. I think he believes that if Kim Kardashian is divorcing Kanye West and he changes his name to Ye, then the divorce can't go through. Think about it. He just broke up with a girl he was just dating. He's changing his name to Ye. Kanye West is trying to stop the divorce from happening. You can't divorce me if Kanye doesn't exist.
No, you know, he left, right?
I think he's
he's the one who walked out and has been dating multiple people since they split. So, like, no, not buying it.
New theory. Mm-mm. Kanye West is trying to prevent the paying child support.
No.
If you change your name.
No.
I honestly think what you're saying, Chris, I think that's probably what he's going through in his mind. He's probably thinking, yes, this is genius. This is going to work. I won't have to pay her at all.
I bet those kids called him genius before calling him daddy.
But they're both billionaires. They're both billionaires. They're not worried about child support. She's a billionaire. She was a billionaire before he was.
Oh, challenge accepted. I think she's at 900. I think.
You think so?
Kim Kardashian.
Well, by the end of this divorce, he's going to end up not being a billionaire. She's going to end up being a billionaire.
Oh, you're right. She is by herself a billionaire, right? But he came from nowhere to that after that shoe or the clothing deal. It just shot up to 1.2 billion. But is this 1.2? Because I know his is 1.2 billion.
But
his is now 1.8 billion. He's 1.8.
He didn't shoot up until after they got together. Let's be real.
No. They net. Technically yes, but net
because he was on their show a lot. He got a lot of free publicity. All that.
All his money came from because he was filing for bankruptcy back in the day, and then all of a sudden now he's a billionaire. Yeah. No, his billions came from that clothing line because net worth kept it separate. He was still like a couple million here and there, and she was shooting up to $1 billion. Then when this clothing line thing blew up, bam, 1.2 billion out of nowhere, and she's still hers is.
And all I'm saying is, how did his clothing line blow up? How do you think that happened? It was on her show all the time.
Oh yeah, all the time. Him trying to pretend like he was avoiding the cameras. It was always him like sneaking away. Yeah, doing that.
Well, he was literally making her clothes, and she was talking about his clothing line, made their kids clothes, all that stuff all the time. It's
a tax scheme. This is what it is. This is all this is. He's been rubbing elbows with all the other billionaires. Now, welcome to the club. Change your name. She can't take the money. You're fine. And that's what he's doing. That's what I'm telling you. Ye is going to re-propose to Kim Kardashian. He's going to try. No. I'm telling you, it's okay. New theory. Okay, now let's move on to the next.
It's over. Just accept it.
No, I really am not a fan of his anymore. So I just hope he continues to take his meds and calm the F down. That's all I want. But
I'm not into the whole scene.
I think the fact that he's changing his name tells me like, no, he's probably not.
Yeah, probably not. I agree. Well, guys, let us know what you guys think about that. I want all the theories. Anything that you find out, just tell me, why do you think he's changing his name? Is this just another stunt? He's already named an album after Ye. His Twitter hashtag is Ye. So I'm like, okay, so he wants to officially go by. Why he can just call himself, Soulja Boy? Tell him, for all I know. I don't care. Like, whatever he wants to call himself. He can call himself Pineapple Express. He's still crazy. All right, but let us know what you guys think, and we'll talk about it. Maybe. Of course we're going to talk about him again. He's going to do something crazy. All right, and we'll put it on We Got Your Mail. Okay. The second topic of the day. What do you think, Jay? If you want to take that one because the last one is a long one.
Sure.
All right.
Spencer Elden, the man whose unusual baby portrayed, was used for one of the most recognized album covers of all time. Nirvana's Nevermind filed a lawsuit Tuesday alleging that the nude image constituted
Don't say the whole word. Oh yeah. Yeah, appreciate
okay.
it. So I got the. I can start if you want, or if anybody else want to start. Okay. Theory. At first, I was like, okay, publicity stunt. This guy's probably just broke and just wants more recognition because he used to be in on the. He took a lot of pictures as he got older of recreating that image.
He also got laid a lot, saying he was the Nirvana baby. Let's be real.
Exactly. Now, let's be real. Winter is coming. The money is tight, so now he wants money. I'm thinking. Last night I was like, who is he gonna sue? Kurt Cobain's wife. He's gonna. I guess she's worth.
Well, you know who he is suing, right? He's suing the estate, the record company, the managers, the producers, all of the former band members, everybody, anybody, and everybody.
Which means the Foo Fighters as well, because the former drummer.
Well, just
Dave
Grohl, just Dave Grohl, not the whole Foo Fighters.
Oh no, he's coming. I'm coming after the fighters. The lighting.
Do you know who he should be suing if he wants to sue somebody? His parents aren't on there, and his parents got paid $200 for him to do the picture.
I said the same thing last night. I said this. If you're gonna sue
anybody,
he's gonna sue
everybody.
You start with your parents. They're the ones who authorize it. You were a baby. You have
legally.
No rights.
He was a minor. They had authorization to be able to sign up, contractually obligate their minor child to do something. They got paid at an amount that they agreed on. They knew what the pictures were for. So if he's going to sue anybody, he has right and precedence to sue his parents for putting him in $200,
whatever the money was. Sue him for the $200. That's all you get.
You don't have to sue them for how much the contract was worth. You can sue them for anything, really. It's America. You can sue people for ridiculous
But he has to
things.
prove damages. Now. All the girl, you said, if he's claimed that he's gotten laid a lot, if that's what it is, that album cover turned him into a sex addict or something. What's going on with it? You know what? I don't
know if I go that far. You've seen the guy.
What do you think, Jay? What do you think about this whole story?
I mean, honestly, I think you might be right. I think he might be tight for money. I think he probably wants some money, but at the same time, these people have very, very good lawyers. So if he's going to try this, you may want to try finding yourself a lawyer. Hopefully not the one that has his hair melted. So hopefully not for that guy.
Yeah. I don't know where this message. I don't know if this message is coming in from YouTube or from. Usually, if it's a super chat, I would chime in, but I got to chime in on this one. Someone who named Grand Trump is saying, "Oh, is that a live action Fantasia?" I wonder. I guess he's talking about me.
Live action Fantasia.
You never seen the movie Fantasia?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. All right, guys. Let us know what you guys think about the whole Nirvana thing. It's just he's just up for cash. He's just hard up for cash. This is crazy. I don't know. I agree with you guys. This is just.
But the sad thing is because he is suing so many big people, it's going to cost them less to settle than it would to take him to court. So he better pray that they're not going to want to set an example to him and burn him at the stake and take him to court because he's not going to get anything.
Exactly. I mean,
he'll be lucky if they settle.
You want to put your lawyers up against my lawyers and see what happens? What was that on Age of Ultron? Let's make your friends rich and your enemies rich and see which is which. I love that saying. I know it doesn't really fit, but I like it. I'm just saying. Well, let us know what you guys think about all that. We'll move on to the last thing. The reason why the last topic is a little long is because I thought by now we would have gotten the trailer and we could have just reacted to the trailer. But it didn't drop it. So last night was at CinemaCon, Warner Brothers went second after Sony, crushed it on Monday. So I don't know why anybody would. I would have thought Warner Brothers and Disney would have just left after that. I mean, after Sony just crushed it with the Spiderman drop. But there was some details that was revealed on the upcoming Matrix 4 film, and I'm not. Should I read this whole thing? I mean, there's not a trailer yet, but the people who were allowed to see the trailer were given a description. And okay, so the trailer begins with Thomas Anderson Reeves, and spoilers, guys. If I don't, I mean, what's a trailer? So we're about to see it anyway. So Thomas Anderson, which is Reeves in therapy, telling his therapist Neil Patrick Harris, "I had dreams.
Nice.
I had right. I had dreams that weren't just dreams. Am I crazy?" He sensed something isn't quite right with the whole world, but he has no memories of what the Matrix is. That and then like. Okay.
So he's back in the Matrix, basically.
I want to go into detail with this.
So how did that happen? That makes me angry. Right off the top.
I want to actually watch it. So right off the bat, Neil Patrick Harris.
Yeah, super fun. Love him.
So after he sacrificed himself, maybe he got plugged back into the Matrix, and he doesn't know that he's the one or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
A new incarnation probably, because they did say like it's a different one every single time. It just keeps being different up to Neo.
Right.
So this could be like he could be remembering some parts of the past, but it's probably not it's just not clicking right there.
Yeah. So let me continue real quick. I'll just bust the whole thing out and try to I got to put the glasses on, guys. Sorry. I'm gonna stop trying to be cool. He says, am I crazy? He senses something is not quite right with the world, but he has no memory of the Matrix. Later, he runs into a woman, Moss, at a coffee shop. They shake hands, and there seems to be something between them, but neither one remembers the other. Meanwhile, Thomas spends his days taking prescription blue pills and wondering why everyone in the world is glued to their phones, looking around and realizing he's the only one in a crowded elevator not looking at a device. Eventually, Thomas runs into a man, Yahya Abdul Matil, the second, sorry if I'm ruining the name, who is reminiscent of Morpheus, the freedom fighter who was played by Lawrence Fishburne in the original trilogy. The mysterious man hands Anderson a red pill, and soon we see footage of him with powers, seeing the Matrix for the fake reality that it is. The footage followed some similar beats of the original, including Neo fighting the Morpheus-like figures in the dojo and an image of Anderson in an incubator. There's also a shot of Neo looking in a mirror and seeing an old version of himself. Neo also seems to have a few new powers from the last time we saw him, with the trailer including a shot of what looks like him controlling a missile through telekinesis to prevent it from hitting him. So now he's like Jean Grey now, I guess. He's a psychic now. So that's the description that somebody had put together after seeing the trailer at CinemaCon. I thought they would have done exactly what Sony did, last night. They kind of leaked on Sunday or over the weekend. They played it for CinemaCon on Monday, and then they just released it right away since the leak was already out there. I would have assumed that we would have gotten the trailer out, but I don't think it's come out yet. But
they probably want to wait until Spiderman dies down a little bit, that hype.
If I was them, while the hype is up and people are buzzing, I'd come out swinging, trying to crush them. But
I think that it'll get shadowed. It'll get shadowed under Spider-Man because that's more of a big thing. Like, I don't know if everybody's going to be excited about Matrix 4. Like, let's be real.
I agree
and
with that.
from this, it just sounds like, so they caught him, they threw him back in there.
And eventually his face full of blue pills and said, "Shut up, Mr. Anderson."
Number one, you're taking pills every day. Although at Keanu Reeves' age, maybe he is. I don't know. But like,
aren't you going to say Keanu Reeves' age? The guy's like 20 years old forever. It's a damn vampire.
Like, why am I taking this pill every day? And somebody goes, "Here, take this pill." I'm not taking a pill from somebody and swallowing it that handed me a pill on the street.
I mean, unless he's a druggie now, unless he's an addict. And
what do I look like? I'm going to take some random pill. Here, have this.
And he's like, okay.
That sounds great.
It's going to make you fly.
Yeah, I know. Literally, right? He's like, man, I'm telling you, man, you got to take this. You'll be seeing things. You'll be moving missiles with your mind. You'll be flying.
I mean, for real.
You'll be dodging bullets.
It just sounds like they've taken all the elements of the first several movies and just slapped them in this last one to get one more out of it. And
Right.
besides that, if you've seen any other movies, you know it's not telekinesis, because if he's in the Matrix and he is Neo the One, he can manipulate the Matrix
He's pretty
and
much
stop
just
bullets.
Yeah,
And
technically, technically, if he could bend the spoon, he could move a missile.
How can it be telekinesis if he's literally in control of the Matrix and the missile is part of the Matrix?
All right.
So no.
Look at Sarah. Look at Sarah breaking the code already before the damn trailer even drops.
I like the Matrix. It's a good movie.
I kind of like the first one, but then after the other two, there was so much talking, man, and a lot of the stuff they were saying was like, what is going on? Or what doesn't make
Why
any
are we talking politics right now with the I felt like it was all they were doing was talking.
Yeah, but I'm hoping that this one will still feel like the first one, where it was actually a lot of fun. There was a lot of cool moments throughout that first film.
Right.
I'm hoping that's the same route they're gonna go, but I don't know. I mean, I gotta wait till this trailer come out, and then gotta see the movie to see if it's actually good. But I don't know. I still am ashamed that we're not gonna see Morpheus in this film. We're not gonna see. And I don't think a lot of the original actors are coming back for this, right?
I don't think so.
Trinity isn't she coming back? I saw her in the picture. She was on a motorcycle with him. So she's still with him, and I mean, you got her and Keanu. I don't know who survived from the last one. That's because didn't a lot of them die after that war broke out with the machines? But not having Morpheus to me is a problem.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm bummed about that. Because he's still out there crushing it. He's with Disney now. He's in the Marvel Cinematic Universe now. So we'll see.
It's true.
We'll see what. So guys, that was the description that came to us. I'm hoping for that trailer to come out, and if it's already come out, let me know. I can't wait to see it. I'm looking at my phone, looking for any alerts. Nothing's popped up, so I can't wait to see it. So I'm looking forward to it. Share your thoughts on it, and hopefully we can talk a little bit more about that on an upcoming episode. Now, if you don't mind, let's move on to why is that trending. So over the weekend, it was revealed that Netflix released some images of the upcoming series that was delayed, which was the TV show It was a Cowboy Bebop. I'm not familiar with Cowboy Bebop. I never watched it. That wasn't my jam. What about you guys? Anybody?
I watched it, but I really didn't get into it much. But I know that people do like this show, and we're hoping it was going to come out. But with the fact that they're bringing back all these old shows. I mean, they brought back He-Man, they brought back, Shaman King. So this, I kind of wasn't that surprised they were bringing this back. Although live action, that's going to be tricky. But if they can pull it off, then go for it.
I think that from Twitter, me and Sarah had the same kind of reaction. We were both like, "It's not my show. I watch." I'm glad. I'm glad you're here, JF, to tell us a little something about it. But on Twitter, at Pop Sugar, Netflix Cowboy Bebop finally has a release date. After years of waiting, we're finally getting Netflix's live-action Cowboy Bebop series. On Monday, this past Monday, the streamer shared the release date and photos of the cast in action, including for the first look at John Cho as Spike. Is it Spiegel? Spike Spiegel. And I heard that a lot of people were against his casting because they didn't think that he could pull it off. But after seeing the images, they were like, okay, I like it. And I like which one was he? He was Harold, right? From Harold and Kumar. He was Harold. That's I like Spike's a fun ride for both fans of the original and new ones. We still have a full trailer to look forward to. It hasn't dropped yet, and I'm looking forward to it. But you guys can go online and go on Pop Sugar's Twitter account, and you can get links to see the still images. I would have had them up, but we were already 19 minutes late. I didn't want to be another 30 and have Sarah, just totally destroy me.
I'll just fall asleep. Right? It's okay.
But I wasn't into the series. But I'm going to look at this. I am going to check this out because I do like John Cho, his acting. I like him. So I'm going to give it a chance. Anybody else? What about you, Sarah? You might, maybe not.
I'll watch it on Netflix, of course.
If it's on if it's on there, I'll do this. I'll reach out to the reps that I'm linked with over there. I'll see if I can get an advanced screening of it, and if I can, I'll give them your email as the point of contact if you wanna.
Well, thanks. I'll go. Yeah.
All right. And if
that'll be fun.
Unless Jose goes, why not me? I'm the one who likes it. Then I'll go, okay. Then I'll take it back and then I'll give it to him. So I'll just.
There you go.
All right. So guys, let us know. Are you into Cowboy Bebop? Is that your thing? Are you interested in seeing this show when it comes out on Netflix? I am. I'm kind of curious now. I wasn't into the anime, but you know what? I might change that. I'm actually thinking about doing a first time watching Naruto on this channel. So I might do that. I don't know anything about Naruto. I don't care. I don't know what everybody's all crazy about. I have grown ass men older than me that are going nuts for this cartoon. I'm like, should I watch?
I will help you out. I will help you out. I've been watching this from the beginning, man. I'll help you out.
So you're saying I should do it. First time watching. I should record myself watching this show.
Go for it, man.
All right. What about you, Sarah? Are you a Naruto fan?
I've never heard of it.
All right, outstanding. All right. And speaking of,
no idea.
All right.
Not gonna even pretend.
So let's move on to. Oh man, I am so mad that my quick keys aren't working, man, because I'm already behind. I was supposed to have that up. That why was that trending wasn't up. But now let's get into reviews, reacts, and recaps. Anything from the obviously, I'm sure we've all saw the latest episode of What If. That's an obvious, right? I'm sure we've all seen that. We could start with that. But before we get into that, is there any other TV shows, any movies, anything recently that you watched that you want to give a shout out to, or is it all What If right now?
I mean, tomorrow I'm going to be trying to check out The Candyman to try to do a review for that, but that won't be until tomorrow. So
yeah,
nothing
awesome.
much.
What about you? Any new movies, Sarah? Any TV show episode that you saw?
Yeah, no, I've had no time.
I
put me on the spot. I haven't watched it.
No, it's no problem. I just finished binge watching the first and the second season of Atlanta. It took me a long time to I was going to say Michael B. Jordan, not Michael B. Jordan. Donald Glover, his TV series. Yes. And I thought it was going to be just a straight up drama. I didn't think it was going to be funny at all, but the comedy, the way they do it. There's two series that I just finished watching that I'm going to recommend to both of you guys. Atlanta and the TV series Dave from the rapper Lil Dicky. His TV series on Hulu. For the same reasons. You think that these shows are just going to be like goofy comedies, or maybe it's just going to be stupid, D jokes because his name is Lil Dicky, for guys. And you think it's Donald Glover, he's a comedian, the guy from the Community. But when they tap into the character development and the drama and they go into the backstories or to the emotions of each one of these characters on both shows. I am as goofy as Lil Dicky is. I'm watching him on Hulu on that show, Dave. When he taps into the seriousness of it, like subjects matters, like personality disorders and insecurities and relationship and love. I didn't think that I would be saying that Lil Dicky, the rapper, this dude can write and he can act. He makes me believe it. And the same things. But on Atlanta, it's different. These guys are trained actors who have the credibility and the resume is already there. So I knew I was going to see some good acting, but I didn't think that it was going to get into the emotional that as much as it does. I knew I was going to laugh a little, but I didn't think I was gonna care as much as I do. The character development on both these shows. If you like Lil Dicky, you will love Atlanta for the same reasons. It's just as silly. It can be just as silly sometimes. But when they get deep into fear, get into the characters, these emotions, you feel it. I never thought I would say that about these shows, but I'm like, you really feel it. So I recommend both of those shows. I binge watched them. I'm happy I watched it. I caught up to Superman and Lois. I'm starting to lose interest, but it's still kind of okay. But now let's bring it home, guys. What if? Did you guys catch the latest episode? Who wants to go first? What'd you think? Did you like it? Did you not like it? What are you thinking about the series so far?
I was surprised with how this episode went. the other two I enjoyed, but this one was like, wow, they went dark there. So I thought they did a good job with today's episode. They've been doing well the last few episodes, and I'm pretty much looking forward to seeing what else is going to happen. Especially when we get to the eventual zombie one. That one I think is going to pretty much make me feel a little sad because I read the comics. I'm very sad how all that went. So hopefully this whole thing will go well.
What about you, Sarah? What did you think about the latest episode of What If? It was dealing, I don't know what the name of it was, but it was dealing with what if the Avengers never assembled, right? What were your thoughts on that, Sarah?
So I haven't actually seen the episode for today, but I have seen the other two, and I think Loki's supposed to be in this one a decent amount, and you know how I feel about Loki. But overall, I think that the What If series was kind of hyped up, and people had a lot of ideas about maybe they're going to be like real stories, like, you know, like end to end, they're telling me maybe a different story than what we've seen already within the Marvel universe. And I know quite a few people were disappointed about how they're basically just punching in parts of it and they're only changing small things. So I was one of those people. I expected a more robust story, and I do understand that the time limit, it's limited, but they could have done a little bit more of a different story instead of just changing one or two things and then giving us the same information, the same scenes, the same activities that had happened that we'd already seen. So I was hoping for a little bit more, but all in all, they are, and I'm sorry I'm going to say it like this, but they are very cute. I enjoy them for what they are. They're fun, they're easy to watch, and you don't really have to know a lot of background in order to enjoy them. So they're enjoyable for a wider audience.
For wider audience. That's right.
Wider. Wide. What did I say?
So anyway, no, I'm just teasing. You know, I know you said well, but I agree, and I mean, technically, isn't that kind of what a What If series would be, or a multiverse? It would be if one little thing was to change. I mean, most of
it's like butterfly effect.
But
not necessarily, because if one action changes, it creates a domino effect, and it would affect all outcomes.
Well, it would definitely change a lot of the conversations. But if let's say if something else was still set in motion, that was still, like, if I was still scheduled, if the Black Panther, not the Black Panther, Star-Lord was expected to be taken from the planet and taken up in outer space, but instead of Star-Lord, they got instead of Quill, they got the Black Panther, and they took him instead. And I was still scheduled to go into work, you know, that the day after. I'm still,
but it wouldn't change. It wouldn't necessarily change for you because you're not affected in that individual's life.
I wasn't in the same city.
But if you look at that episode in particular, since you brought it up, so that episode, everybody changed in there. The whole world changed. Everybody's attitude changed. Bad guys became good guys. Thanos, you know, is joking about genocide with everybody and petting a dog, and he's happy, and you know, he's one of the good guys now.
Yeah.
In the original Guardians,
talking Thanos down with a conversation was a weird choice for me.
Yeah. But I mean, if you look at the difference between that and the Guardians of the Galaxy, it's a completely different world. Yeah. There's entirely different bad guys. There was a power vacuum that was created, and so, you know, different everythings. And so I get that.
Honestly, I just enjoy these what ifs because of the fact that, let's be honest, everyone has had these what if scenarios in their head.
What if I chose not to go on that date instead of
and always wanted to see how these would play out. So I pretty much have been enjoying these what if scenarios that they've been like putting in, and I've just been enjoying like how like each one is different. And yeah, the one with Thanos like being a good guy is like, that's actually kind of weird to see him like being all smiley and being like actually a good guy. But at the same time, I didn't mind it because like, if you could like convince him like to genocide is not really the answer, if there was a different way to go about this, then that'd be interesting. Although I would actually like one where, what if instead of, you know, on his planet, instead of actually suggesting genocide, because what happened to his planet happened like long before everybody existed. So I'm thinking, what if he was convinced that there was a different path he could have taken.
Uh-oh.
And maybe he could have actually been like the a guardian to the galaxy. Maybe he could have actually created like more resources for people, make sure everybody's okay. And his followers would actually be good guys as well. They'd be like guardians of, of this different parts of the galaxy as well. So
I think, yeah, I agree.
That
would be really cool to see, but
changes in the second one. But I just thought that it was, I don't know, the latest one. I don't want to get into the latest one. I don't want to spoil it for Sarah. So, but what would you? I'm sorry, I'll interrupt. What were you gonna say, Sarah?
No, I was going to say fundamentally, none of them changed. So ultimately, they're fundamental characters. If you look at like T'Challa, he was, the goodest of good guys, being able to influence his goodness all around. That's just kind of him as an individual. So ultimately, Thanos fundamentally didn't change who he was. He was still trying to convince everybody that his genocidal tendencies was still a good option, So he was still Thanos, but he had he was influenced by T'Challa's goodness, which was hard for me to swallow.
Let's be honest, if we were in the same room with him, I think we all would change for the better good.
I mean, it's maybe, but I'm sorry, but Thanos is the one character that was so driven. I don't think it's conversation by anybody. I don't even think Mr. Rogers could have talked Thanos down.
Yeah,
he was focused on the fact that this will save lives because it would save resources and all that stuff.
Don't underestimate the power of Mr. Rogers. That man would probably have convinced him to stop.
Right. I'm sure that's probably what T'Challa did. I mean, he probably approached him with that Mr. Rogers. It was the one thing. It was really the reason why I didn't want to do a recap of that show on the channel, is because I was so thrown out. Well, honestly, at the very end, I thought the whole episode was just okay. I liked it enough. The thing I loved was when it ended and that dedication to Chadwick hit. It all hit me. It reminded me that he was the first person to sign up to do the What If series. That was his voice, and it just that whole thing just. I was like, this episode's okay. It's funny. I like it. Thanos is a good guy now. That's funny. But then when it faded to black and that message came up, I was like, oh, it beat me up. I couldn't even muster the strength to get up on and do a review of it. I knew I wasn't. I wanted to, but I couldn't. But
just so you know, he did 4 more episodes of this, so we're probably gonna see him more later on.
That's good.
Yeah,
they're recording this, so. We're gonna see more,
and I gotta double check the credits of this latest episode too, because I'm curious. There was everybody that was in there. I could tell who was there, but there was one character that I was like, did they hire somebody else? Because that doesn't sound like what they had Black Widow. I was like, did Scarlett Johansson, did she sign up with this?
I think she did, because these are all recorded quite a while ago.
Yeah.
So
this was
on before.
Yeah. Definitely. This was definitely when it was in production of or pre-production of Black Widow before the scandal. But I just didn't, for some reason, I don't know why it didn't sound like her to me. She was the only one that I was kind of thrown off of. Anyway, guys, let us know what you guys think about all the shows that we talked about here. The recaps, the reviews, no movies to review. I know I saw a movie recently. It's just throwing me off. I'll do a review.
Well, it couldn't have been that.
Couldn't have been that good. Yeah.
Good if you can't remember it.
Oh yeah, you froze a little bit. Yeah, but it could have been that good exactly. But if I decide to do it, I'll do a review separately on it. So that's because we're running out of time. So we'll move on to the next segment here. And what's coming up? We got rumors and specs. Real quick, guys, have you been seeing or following what's been going on? So we were just talking about this before we went live. We said that everybody's all on board talking about Spider-Man No Way Home, right? But have you seen the rumors that have been going around? I wrote a few of them down in the show notes. Did you see what I wrote there? That the rumor is that people think that people think that Peter is trying to save his villains from the other multiverses, because the multiverse pulled them away from the point of when they were about to die, and if Doctor Strange puts them back where they belong, they're gonna die, and he's already feeling guilty of being accused of murder. What do you think about that as a plot? Do you think that could be plausible? You like it? You hate it? You're like, yeah.
I mean, Peter Parker does have as always, like as a character, has always had like a deep conscience. I mean, he's ultimately a kid forced into this, fighting bad guys, death and mayhem kind of thing. So I could see that.
Yeah. What about you, Jay? What do you think about that plot?
I think that's a possibility, and my hope is if he does that, I think Doc Ock might end up, siding with him, because we know in the second one, he ended up saving the day himself, even if
He changed.
what happened to him.
That's my theory. I'll go into that later, but go ahead.
But I hope that's what happens, because I do like this version of Doc Ock, and I hope like he ends up like helping Peter. And Peter, we know he has risked his life to help his enemy, and he did that with Vulture. So he'll probably do the same with these villains, not wanting to carry the burden of more villains dying under his watch.
If Vulture breaks out of or somehow gets out of prison during all this, because that's another thing that people are thinking after seeing this trailer, that this might be a way to finally get that Sinister Six that they were trying to do in the Andrew Garfield version, where they were trying to force the Sinister Six really quick, and that people felt like it was kind of rushed. But I mean, if technically, this is the third movie. I mean, technically, it's the same exact timeline. By the third movie, we would have had a Sinister Six with the Amazing Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield. This is Tom Holland's third movie. The only difference is he's also been in some Avengers movies, and we've seen him more, and we've seen more backstory with him. So it doesn't feel as rushed, and it's explained better because of the multiverse situation. So I don't hear anybody complaining that this Sinister Six thing is happening too fast, because I think the multiverse thing kind of magic kind of explains it. What do you think?
And helps it put together for this plot.
Yeah. But Sarah's like, I don't know. You probably didn't see any of the Amazing Spider-Man ones, right? She said Spider-Man's not her jam, so we'll
yeah, he's not like Spider-Man's great, but he's not been a character that's resonated with me.
Yeah. So she's gonna. You can just,
Sorry.
Any other theories that you've heard? Anything on TikTok or anything that you guys have heard? And salute. Thanks, Perp. Minded. He sends in the comment section. Salute. So salute. Any other theories? Any rumors, speculations that you guys have?
I've been hearing Sandman was going to show up in this film. I'm not sure, but I know Electro's going to be in it. Sandman.
If you go back to the trailer, there is a part where some sand is doing something, and they people are freeze framed and said that could be Sandman.
That would be interesting.
True, I will be happy because I love the actor who they got to play him. Sandman. I thought perfect, and I love him. And that's another character I hope ends up helping Peter, because like we know he's not actually a bad guy. He just wants to help his daughter. So
you brought up something from the Tobey Maguire movie, the second Spider-Man movie, about Doc Ock. That was my theory from the jump. Right when I saw that trailer, the second that he goes, "Hello, Peter," if either because his identity was exposed and we're still dealing with that throughout the whole movie, or that is the same Doc Ock from maybe it is from Tobey Maguire's universe from the movie we saw, or maybe it's an alternative version of Tobey Maguire's universe, and maybe in that version he didn't die or something like that. But he turned good. He seemed to turn good at the end. My theory is on that bridge that the Green Goblin was attacking him and Doc Ock saved him. That's my theory. I think Doc Ock is good in this, but I could be wrong. But he is still an asshole sometimes, so maybe he could go back, being bad.
Sorry about that. But I was going to say that you actually remind me of a theory another YouTuber had brought up, Jeremy Johns. He brought up the fact that what if Doc Ock is not talking to this Peter, but Tobey Maguire Peter instead?
Yeah, people brought up that theory too. And Perp Minded reminded me of another theory that's going around as well. I did hear about that. People think that Mysterio is still alive and pretending to be Doctor Strange. That whole thing with Doctor Strange is not him at all.
Huh.
I could see, but I would be pissed because didn't Peter learn how to not get tricked by Mysterio this time? Maybe in the middle of the movie, yes, but the first scene when he goes into his to Doctor Strange's house and asks for help, that has to be Doctor Strange. It has to be.
Yeah, I'm not buying that. Like you're saying, ultimately the the entire Doctor Strange character is Mysterio, or are you saying just in the Spider-Man arena? Because you're talking about the ancient one would have gotten tricked. You're talking about all of those people that were involved in Doctor Strange becoming
Mysterio. He's good. His tricks work good. They're good to fool the human eye. I don't think Mysterio would be stupid enough to walk into to Doctor Strange's house with those parlor tricks. I don't. To me, that would be very unwise. I don't know how many times in the comic book Mysterio was able to get the upper hand on Doctor Strange. I just couldn't see it happening here. In this
so I could say, like it would if you're thinking it's Mysterio, is the cape there? Is the cape responding the way it should to the original Doctor Strange? Like because the cape would know it's not him.
Well, unless he's mimicking unless the cape is an illusion as well. The only way Mysterio could be able to get away with pretending to be Doctor Strange in Doctor Strange's house is if Doctor Strange is off with fixing the multiverse with the Scarlet Witch is actually out of pocket and Mysterio sees an opportunity. That's the only way I could see something like that happen.
I think that's just too complicated and too subversive and too hard to follow as an audience to be able to distinguish that.
Let's be honest. I mean, Wong would probably already know that you're not Strange. You're not Doctor Strange, and probably would end up kicking his ass anyway. So, let's be honest. Strange took on Thanos. I don't think he would be easy to be tricked by Mysterio as well. So
no,
I like all the theories that are going out there. My favorite ones are my final theory for when I first heard that the movie was going into production. The reason why we've never seen Uncle Ben, I think Tobey Maguire is going to play Uncle Ben. I think Tobey Maguire is the MCU's Uncle Ben because his age in real life, Tobey Maguire's age and Marissa Tomei's age is just about 10 years apart. They're only 10 years apart from each other. But Uncle Ben died.
We're going to see him get shot then?
You said what?
We're going to see him get shot for a third time?
I don't think we have to, but he's just dead. He's already with. By the time we saw Tom Holland Spider-Man, Uncle Ben was already dead, and we've never seen a picture of him. I believe Tobey Maguire is Uncle Ben, and when he sees Spider-Man from that universe is his uncle, he's going to get all emotional about it because you look like my Uncle Ben. And people used to come back at me like, no, Tobey Maguire is too young to be Uncle Ben. I was like, yeah, but if his character died and he died, she lived, she gets older. That's how life works. And she got blipped, so she's still technically younger. Anyway, so their age is technically closer than in real life than we would realize if you put in the MCU magic. So don't take this away from me. Is all I'm saying. Tobey Maguire is Uncle Ben. Sarah, you don't like that idea?
I don't think so. I think that again is far too complicated. And besides that, we already know that the other Spider-Mans, we're going to see them. So the past actors that have played Spider-Man are going to be popping up because of the multiverse of madness, all that business. So I think that would be an unneeded layer of complication in an already complicated space.
But in this multiverse, we learned that Spider-Man, even though he is the same person, Peter Parker, can look different. So who's to say?
Yeah, of course.
Who's to say that one?
I mean, there was an alligator Loki. Yeah. I mean, we're in it. We're in it to win it now.
You wouldn't.
We've even seen a pig Spider-Man. So
like Spider-Man. Well, you wouldn't want to see.
Spider-Pig.
You wouldn't want to see Marissa Tomei freak out when one of the Spider-Man takes off their mask and looks exactly like her husband.
I think that would just be, again, an unneeded amount of complication. That's just strange.
Or a necessary amount of awesome. Anyway.
I just like Marissa Tomei.
You're really pushing this theory, dude.
He does that. This to happen.
He picks a dud and then he just keeps running with it.
I am not going to sit here and be insulted when I know I'm right. Okay.
I mean, you kind of are, though.
No.
All right. No. I'm gonna move on while
it's roasted. I'm roasting you.
I'm gonna move on while I'm correct. But guys, let us know what you guys think. What do you think about those theories, those rumors? I expect you guys something to share with us. Put them in the box below, and we'll talk about them more on the show here. So I'm gonna move on to the we're gonna try to grade I'm gonna actually get JF to do this one with me since somebody here hasn't seen all the Spider-Man films.
Sorry.
You've seen. I want to put my tier. I don't think I have enough time to put it up on the panel, but you guys just have to believe me. I have a tier website up. I was gonna share it with you guys, but it was all last minute stuff. I had to work. But JF, what's if you can help me stall? Give me your top your ranking of the Spider-Man movies from order from least favorite to most favorite. What would you start with? And let me put you.
I will start off with The Amazing Spider-Man 2. That one is at the very bottom. Next, after that one, it would probably be Spider-Man 3. Although I'm slowly starting to get behind that movie again, mostly because of this emo Spider-Man. It's not often I see Spider-Man doing a little dance. So next one
I'm gonna try to do this while you're speaking too, so we can show the audience exactly what we're talking about here. So I'll say your least favorite, if I can grab it back here and put it back up. Sorry about this, guys. I was supposed to. Okay, so I have a grade system here for like a like where would you put that? What was your least favorite? What was it again that you said?
The Amazing Spider-Man 2 is the least favorite.
The Amazing Spider-Man 2 is everybody's least favorite. Where is that sucker at? Right here. So you gave it an F, A, B, C, D, or F. Okay. All right. What's your next one?
The next one would be Spider-Man 3, but that one it's mostly just because of the fact that they ruined Venom for me. Like, seriously.
What grade would you give it right now?
A D. I would just give it a D.
All right.
Next one would be the first Spider-Man film. That one I'm giving it a bit of a C. It wasn't bad, but the special effects at the time was like, could have been done better.
Okay.
Next one would be Far From Home. That one is up there too. And
where would you put that? C?
Yeah, I would definitely put it C as well. Like, I thought it wasn't bad, but I kind of was a little disappointed at the fact that Peter's got the glasses. He should have been able to prove like he didn't do anything wrong. The glasses should have been easy enough to prove that he didn't kill the guy.
Right.
Next one would be Spider-Man 2. That one, I'm giving it a solid B. I just pretty much love how that film went.
Yeah.
The next one would be Homecoming. Same thing. I would put that on as B as well. I thought that film, for being the first Spider-Man film in a long time, it's good. It was actually good. The Amazing Spider-Man would be next as well. I would put that around B as well. Wasn't bad, being the first Spider-Man film after Tobey's films. But I was a little disappointed with the Lizard, though. I guess I grew up with the animated series Lizard. So the best one.
I'm assuming an A is gonna be the Spider-Verse.
Yes, that one. I loved everything about it, from the animation to the characters, just everything about, like, that made me almost tear up a little bit. Yeah. Just that film was just perfect. I'm so glad I even won an Oscar as well.
Your list is pretty similar to where mine would probably be too, and I was going to introduce. I'm going to skip the wheel because the wheel game that I had in mind works best if. If you guys have time for it, the idea of it or the concept of it worked best if most of us would have seen the franchise. But I was going to spin the wheel and see. I was going to play a game, and I also wanted to set the game up with the audience as well. So maybe next week, I'll pick a different franchise. So the concept with the wheel, and maybe I'll skip the wheel this time. But and thanks, Jose, for giving me your grade. And I'll yours is almost it's a few here and there, but it's close enough to where I'll say I can use your list as well. It's close to mine. And what I was going to do with the wheel was, if people want to indulge me real quick, let's see if I can spin it a couple times here. Let's see if I can do this correctly here. Where was that wheel? All right. the game that I was going to play, or I wanted to play with all three of us, if we'd all seen the darn movies, but somebody hates Spider-Man.
Sorry. I don't hate it.
I was gonna spin the wheel a couple times and see which one of us, all three of us, would have gotten. I would have let the wheel decide, each the order from least to greatest, and then after that, whoever's list was closest to what the random wheel would have picked, maybe there would have been a prize. And I would also was going to do the same thing with the audience as well. But I forgot, I didn't have time. I had to run an errand. I have my day job kicked in. I was going to send the advertisement out. So next week I'll bring this. You know what? Maybe I'll do this again. Okay. So here's the game. The game guy. I'm going to put the link. I'm going to put it in Facebook. I'm going to put it in the community tab, and I'm going to make a separate segmented video out of this too. So the game is going to be I'll send this link to the tier list. So send me your order grade from least favorite to favorite, A through F. Give these a grade, and then I'm gonna let the wheel decide its picks as well for each movie, and then we'll do that live on the show, or maybe I'll make a separate video of it. And the people who have, if their lists come close to whatever the wheel decides, whoever gets a perfect. The wheel picks their perfect. Maybe I'll do a prize. Maybe a gift card or something. What do you think? Or maybe a Funko Pop thing. What do you think? A gift card? What do you think?
I would just want to hold it over you for the rest of your life.
Oh, Void, we're prohibited. You guys can't win. I'm talking about where's bragging rights here. But for the Spider-Man game, I'll put that up as a game for later. So to save time, I won't go into the game right now since I started late because of all the issues. And I wish we were live on Twitch because with Twitch, it's a game. We could have played a game. I got Strange there, or if that's Mysterio, had him in the background. I was excited about this.
No, that's Strange.
Yeah, or it could be Mysterio.
No, it's Strange.
I mean, yeah, or could it be? But anyway.
No.
But all right, guys. So since we already hit that hour mark, I want to thank both our guests here, Sarah and JFS, the reviewer. Appreciate you guys for coming out and helping me out. I'm gonna close out the show solo because I have a pre-recorded thing I'm gonna play for the audience and get that out the way, so I know you guys have things to do. So if you don't mind, real quick, if you want to just let us know again where people can find you online, and give yourself a little shameless plug for all your social media stuff, and just tell people where they can find you. Let's start with our great and most powerful, the Fantasia, the queen of all the redheads, Sarah the Red, the queen of red, the queen of hearts. That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh.
There you go. Where can the people find you online?
So I am at Sarah Katherine the Red _ underneath each of the words on Instagram, Twitter. I'm here on YouTube. Just come find me. I'm also on TikTok. Hello. Thanks for coming out. I'm tired.
And let's say if they want to find you online, where can they do so?
Well, they can find me on YouTube, JFS the Reviewer. They can also find me on Twitter as well. I would say the whole thing, but it's very too long, so never mind. It's right there. So,
all right, guys. I appreciate you guys for helping me out again, and I guess I'll see you guys next time. If you want to come on again next week if you're available, maybe this is a 3. I was gonna say the wrong word. I'm not gonna say that word.
Yes, I know. I heard you going that way.
Maybe this will be a panel of 3 from now on. So
the 3 amigos.
The Migos. Yeah, the new Migos. There you go.
There you go.
Stuff is always funny to me. But that's the show, guys. Thank you once again for watching another episode of Talking Through the Medias. It's the entertainment news show we'll watch later this week. Maybe Friday, we're going to have a Talking Through the Movies. I'll pick a movie, send some suggestions of what movie I should pick if I can get this out to you guys and segmentized it by the time you see this maybe for Friday. Let me know what you guys think. What is this other tab for multi-stream? Okay. Oh, I could have checked the multiverse tab, but nothing was there. Anyway, let me know what you guys thought about the show. Do you like seeing 3 people on the channel? Should we try to increase the panel? Should it be I was trying to refrain from using the word threesome. Should it be a foursome? What should it be? Let me know what you guys think. You like the new color setting, the little color scheme? I came from pink and blue to a little purple too. I like it. And if you like it, I love it, guys. So always let me know what you guys think. Send your questions, send your comments, send your concerns, anything that you want to share with us. And then until next time, guys, hey, man, peace.
Our supporters help make all this content possible, so make sure you check out our Patreon page so you can help us bring you the content you want.
Push the pedal to the freaking metal. I'm turned up just like heavy metal. Yo. Turned up on another level. Push the pedal to the freaking metal.